That's probably the most shocking finding of this whole thing. This $55 leaf blower from Amazon claims better stats than this $680 one from Milwaukee. Really? How's it going, my friends? Today we are comparing this $55 Amazon special Pilento leaf blower to this Milwaukee one that I can get from the Home Depot. Now, according to the stats that are advertised on the websites and on the boxes, here's how they compare. This Pilento leaf blower blows at 280 miles per hour. The one from Milwaukee, 120. That converts to a 650 CFM, which is the amount of volume of air, cubic feet per minute, that this blows out. 650 versus only 500. This uses a 20-volt battery system. This uses their Milwaukee's 18-volt battery system, which is handy if you use other Milwaukee tools to be able to use the same batteries across all tools. But one difference where Milwaukee's already claiming better stats is their single battery for Pilento is 4 amp hours. It does come with 2. The Milwaukee kit that's only $399 comes with only 1 battery. To get a second battery is another $279, but each one is 12 amp hours, 3 times the storage capacity of the Pilento battery. So those are the stats. That's what they're claiming, and those are the prices. Let's see in an actual side-by-side test how they compare. Let's test them out to see just how loud they each are. I mean, it's kind of nice to not have one that's too loud when you're in a neighborhood. Turn it on. The loudest that one is right behind here, and it got up to 104 decibels, but mostly it was around 97, kind of all around it. The loudest the Milwaukee gets is 100.8 decibels, a little quieter, and again, kind of around the main body area is mid to upper 90s. So slightly quieter. On the loudness test, the Milwaukee actually wins, which makes sense if it's blowing slower. Next, we're gonna see which one can more quickly and accurately blow Sketch's orange tennis ball across the yard and into the orange ring on the other side. Accuracy is going to make this a lot faster, so we're gonna compare these things head to head. Ready, set, go. Here we go. All right, I'm curious now how much they weigh. The Milwaukee one to me feels heavier. It's not unmanageable. I think the ergonomics are pretty good on it. Both of them are fine. I think it's a little heavier, so we're gonna test it out here on just a regular old bathroom scale. Put that on there. Yeah, 8.4, 3 pounds heavier. That could end up making a real difference if you're spending a lot of hours out there blowing. I didn't have an issue with it when I was using it, just testing it out around the yard and stuff, but it is a few pounds heavier. And honestly, I think all of that weight is in the battery. It does feel substantially heavier. It's also 3 times the capacity. So maybe really that's all there is. All right, for our next test, we're gonna do a real world battery test. I wanna see how long these batteries run. So I have charged them up to 100%. And the idea here is that, like, if I got a ton of blowing to do and I'm just gonna be out using this thing full blast for as long as I can, how long can I run before I gotta stop and charge the batteries? So we're gonna set them out here. We're gonna turn them both on. I'm gonna put a camera on them, and we're just gonna see how long they last. I can't believe that. That's probably the most shocking finding of this whole thing. So the Pilento, with its 4 amp hour battery, lasted about 18 minutes, almost exactly 18 minutes, which doesn't seem like a ton of time, but going full out, I mean, that probably means that actual blowing, normal work, I could probably work for half an hour or so on a battery. And the Milwaukee lasted longer, as I would have expected. It's a 12 amp hour battery. It's got 3 times the capacity. What blows my mind is how much longer it lasted. Only 4 minutes. 4 minutes longer. I don't know what to say about that. That only makes any sense if the Milwaukee's actually working a ton harder, like way harder. So we're gonna have to see, like, if it's actually blowing a lot harder, but the Pilento says it's blowing faster. I don't know. Based on everything I've seen so far, I think the Milwaukee's blowing harder, but still. The other thing is that the Pilento at its $55 price comes with 2 batteries. It comes with 2 batteries, which means I can get 18 minutes. I can swap out the battery and get another 18 minutes while the first one charges up. I don't know. Now I'm curious how long it takes them to charge. Because that Pilento, well, let's go check, because it comes with a battery charger type that just kind of plugs into the battery, just a little like pin type plug, whereas the Milwaukee comes with like a real battery charger that I think is gonna charge faster, even though it's a much bigger battery. So I guess that's the next test, is I'm curious how long they're gonna take to charge, because honestly, with the 2 batteries the Pilento comes with, I can get a lot more work time out of that one, which makes that one a winner in a lot of ways. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see which one's more powerful. Okay, so recharge time for the 2 different batteries. The Milwaukee 12 amp hour battery took 2 hours and 1 minute to charge on its charger. The Pilento battery that's only 4 amp hours took 2 hours and 30 minutes to charge. I think on that one, the Milwaukee wins. Now the real question is, how powerful actually is the Pilento compared to the Milwaukee? I've been suspecting for quite a while that it's not nearly as powerful as it claims to be. Let's see how they stand up side by side. All right, now we really got to get to the bottom of this Airspeed thing, because if the Pilento's blowing twice as fast, we should be able to tell. So we're gonna do the tennis ball test, see how high each one of these can blow a tennis ball. That way we can find out for sure. Well, apparently the jet stream of the Pilento is better for holding a tennis ball up in the air, but which one's actually blowing harder? I don't think there's any question in my mind. The Milwaukee is holding that ball twice as high as the Pilento, which supposedly blows more than twice as fast. Let's do a sawdust test too. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what that actually looked like, so we'll only show it if it's cool. All right, my friends, it's time for a final verdict on which of these blowers is better. All in all, I would say the better blower is the Milwaukee. I get a little bit more runtime out of the battery. It blows definitely faster and harder. I can get more work done. I actually like the trigger because it gives me a lot more control. I can speed up, slow down very easily. With this, I only have the thumb option, and it's kind of 1, 2, 3. With this, I do have a thumb thing that holds the trigger at a specific depth if I want, to just save my finger a little bit, right? So for all those reasons, the Milwaukee is a better blower. It's a little bit heavier, but it also has just, the build quality is better, the plastic is better. This one kind of has a bit of a wobble to it, so the attachment right here isn't quite as tight. We gotta consider the price point. This kit costs $399 and comes with 1 battery, and that 1 battery only lasts 4 minutes longer than this one, which came with 2 batteries and cost $55. If you want a second battery for this one, it's another $279. That is kind of nuts. So here's what it comes down to. Do you need a blower that can blow really hard? Do you have a lot of leaves, just a lot, and they get wet and it's just gonna be a pain? And if you don't have the strength that you need in your blower, it's just not even worth it. I mean, because this one can accomplish more in the time that you have it than this one can, obviously, because it can just blow a lot harder. Also, do you like a company that doesn't lie about their specs? There's something to be said about that too. Milwaukee's a brand with a reputation. You can take it back to the store. This, once you've passed like your 30 days or so on Amazon, you're probably about out of luck, no matter what they claim there's a warranty on this thing. So there are some real trade-offs there, but if you're looking for a budget blower that's gonna work well for just a suburban yard, and it's gonna give you 2 batteries and plenty of capacity to be able to do everything you need to do in your yard, shoot, save the money and go buy yourself the Amazon special. It certainly does the job. That's what we got for you today. If you enjoyed that review and if it was helpful at all, I encourage you to like the video, but also check out some of the other videos we have where we've reviewed other products. Sometimes it's worth paying the money and sometimes it's just not, and you don't always know, which is why I test that kind of stuff out here on Fixter. So if you like that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and go check out some other videos. In the description below, I've linked to a couple other similar types of videos that you can go check out. If nothing else, we'll see you all next time here on Fixter.